All right, so today we are going to do the 7-3 day 2 notes. We are going to do the metric system today. And unfortunately, these are not in SMART, so I'm just going to talk you through the sheet you have in front of you because I have the same sheet in front of me. So when we're dealing with a metric system, terms you need to know, meters is a basic unit of measure for length. So whenever you're dealing with length, your basic unit is a meter. Grams is when you're dealing with mass or weight, like how much something weighs. And liters is liquid, like a 2-liter bottle of pop. Okay, so something liquid that fills a container. Okay, now we have several prefixes, pre means before, that go in front of those words, like kilometer, kiloliter, kilogram, hectoliter, hectometer, hectogram, decameter, decaliter, decagram, and then we have the basic units in the middle if you're looking at that chart, and then we have deciliter, decimeter, decigram, centimeter, centiliter, centigram, millimeter, milligram, milliliter, okay? So when changing a larger unit to a smaller unit, there will be a large number of smaller things, just like yesterday. If you're going from fluid ounces to cups, or if you're going from cups to fluid ounces, it's going to take more fluid ounces than it does cups. Same thing. If you're going from hectoliters to milliliters, it's going to take more of the smaller things. Okay? So in the metric system, there is something that I use, a mnemonic device to remember the metric system. So we have kilo, hecto, deca, and then we have base units, and then we have deci, centi, and milli. And this is just your table. Instead of being vertically, I'm doing it horizontally. So we have kilo. Then we have, maybe I should write it down, hold on. Kilo, hecto, deca, then your base units are meters, liters, and grams, and then you have deci, centi, and milli. Now, on your sheet, the conversion sheet is what I'm talking about. It converts from between units, like meters to inches, but it doesn't give you the metric system. So you have to have the metric system in order memorized. So this is what I do. King Hector died by drinking chocolate milk. So king for kilo, Hector for hecto, died for deca, B is for your base units, which are meters, liters, and grams. Then you have deci for drinking, C, centi for chocolate, and M, milli for milk. So this is a mnemonic device that I use to remember the metric system in order. Okay, so I'm going to flip pages, and then we're going to go over example 1A and B. Okay, or maybe I'm just going to scroll down. Okay, so we have point 30 for 1A. We have, okay, so example 1, I think the sound was off. I write down my thing, King Hector died by drinking chocolate milk. That's my metric system in order. I'm at meters, which is a base unit, so I put a dot there. I need to go to centimeters, which is 2 jumps to the right. So all you do in the metric system is move your decimal point 1, 2 jumps to the right. 0.38 meters is equal to 38 centimeters. Okay, so let's go on to 1B. We have 12 kilograms equals how many grams? Again, King Hector died by drinking chocolate milk. Okay, I'm going to write it. It's not letting me scroll down, so I'm going to put it over here. So kilograms, kilo is right here, and we're going to grams, which again is one of our base units, meters, liters, and grams. So I'm moving over here, so I have to figure out how many jumps that is and in which direction. 1, 2, 3 jumps to the right. So 12 is a whole number, so in the number 12, the decimal point is at the end, and we need to move it 1, 2, 3 jumps to the right. Now, since there's no numbers there, we have to fill that in with zeros as placeholders. So that means 12 kilograms is 12,000 grams. Okay, because kilograms are really small, and grams are, kilograms are large, grams are smaller, so it's going to take a lot more grams to equal kilograms. Okay, so now let's look at the bottom, example 2. Example 2 says a roll of duct tape contains 32.9 meters of tape. How many millimeters is that? So we need to turn meters into millimeters. So again, King Hector died by drinking chocolate milk. We're going to start at meters, which is one of our base units, and we're going to go to millimeters. So that's 1, 2, 3 jumps to the right. 32.9, there's my decimal point. I need to move it 1, 2, 3 jumps to the right. So I'm going to have to add in 2 zeros for placeholder. So 32.9 meters is equal or equivalent to 32,900 millimeters. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop it, and I'm going to have you try number 3. It says a worker bee travels 18 kilometers an hour. Actually, no, I'm not, because this is different. So 18 kilometers per hour. How many meters per second is that? Okay, so this is one of those ones like we did in the notes, and we practiced one today in class. So we need to turn kilometers into meters, and we need to turn hours into seconds. So let's do the hours into seconds first. So 1 hour is equal to 60 minutes. Okay, so now my hours are going to cancel out. And then 1 minute is equal to 60 seconds. And now my minutes are going to cancel out, and I have seconds in my denominator, just like I want for my answer. Now, we need to go from kilometers to meters. And there are 1,000 kilometers, if you look at your sheet, 1,000. So 1,000 meters in 1 kilometer. So now your meters are, not your meters. We don't want to cross that out. Kilometers are going to cancel out, and you're left with meters in your numerator and seconds in your denominator, which is exactly what you want for your answer. So I'm going to bring my answer down here, and now we're going to have to do some work. On ones like these, you're welcome, when you're changing the units and it's a word problem, you're welcome to use a calculator. So we're going to multiply 18 times 1 times 1 times 1,000. So that's going to be 18,000. And then we're going to multiply 60 times 60 times 1, which is 3,600. Okay, and then we're going to divide those 18,000 divide by 3,600, and you're going to get 5 meters per second, or 5 meters per second. Okay? All right, now we're going to flip to the back, and we're going to try these ones. And we start with example 2A. We have 26 liters equals how many kiloliters? And then 2B, we have 4,637 millimeters equals how many centimeters? So I'm going to do the first one with you, and then I'm going to have you do the second one by yourself. King Hector died by drinking chocolate milk. King Hector died by drinking chocolate milk. All right, so we're going to go back up here. We're starting at liters, which again is our base units. Remember, our base units are meters, liters, and grams. And I need to go to kiloliters, which is all the way over here. So this time I'm not moving to the right. We're going to move 1, 2, 3 places to the left. Now, again, 26 is a whole number, so your decimal point's at the end, and you need to move it 1, 2, 3 places to the left. So we're going to have to put a 0 in front there for a placeholder. So 26 liters, since liters are smaller, is equal to 0.026. It takes less kiloliters than it does liters. So I'm going to turn it off for a minute and have you guys try the second one, and then I'll go over it with you. Okay, so we're starting with millimeters, which is all the way on the right, and we're going to centiliters, which is 1 space to the left. So if your number is 4,637, your decimal point starts all the way at the end. You have to move it 1 place to the left, so you get 463.7. For the last two, I'm going to do 4 with you. You're going to try 5 on your own. David takes 300 milligrams of medicine every day. How many grams is this? Okay, so you're going to do that one, and then I'm going to help you with 5. We'll leave it there, and you can go back. A dolphin swims, too many zeros, tens, hundreds, thousands, 7 thousandths of a millimeter every thousandth of a second. Okay, tenths, hundreds, thousandths of a second. How fast is that in meters per second? Okay, so I'm going to turn this off and we'll come back on in a minute. Okay, so for number 4, milligrams to grams. King Hector died by drinking chocolate milk. Milligrams are all the way on the right. Grams is a base unit. Remember, your base units are meters, liters, and grams. So I have to make 1, 2, 3 jumps to the left. Your decimal point in 300 is all the way at the right. You make 3 jumps to the left and you get 0.3 or 0.300. Down here, I set it up 0.007 millimeters over 0.001 seconds. We need to end up in meters per second, so 1,000 millimeters equals 1 meter. These are going to cancel out, so I do 0.007 times 1, and then I do 0.001 times 1,000, and I end up with 0.007 over 1, and that gives me my answer, which is 0.007 or 7 thousandths meter per second. Okay, have a good night, and I'll see you tomorrow.